Welcome back to Asana. Now we're going to figure out how we're going to communicate and how you're going to enter everything you need to enter into Asana. So once you're within your project again, macro goals here, there's nothing you really need to enter. This is where you're going to find what I put in here. But for your weigh-ins, so every Wednesday for your weight, you can come over here. This bubble icon is where you will enter your weights. You come in here and just type a description and enter your weight, just simple as that. You can move back to where you were by selecting the hyperlink here to move you back to the tab right where you were. What I will typically do is once I see there's a comment in here, I can come in and see that. I will typically come in here and enter your weight here as well, so everyone, or so I can see it as a quick representation of what your weight was. Again, just hit it here, 35. You don't need to save it. It automatically saves for you. I'll come in here myself and I will enter that here after I see it. What I will do every week is right here is how I will add a due date. So if I come down here on Wednesday, this is due, and I assign this to, it'll be assigned to you, but for my purposes here, I'm just going to demonstrate by assigning it to me. You will have due dates in here. So I will be assigning these to you, which is where you'll be able to see these in my tasks. So when you come up into my tasks, you'll be able to find what you need to do. Right here, February 20th, I have a due date. So again, going back to the project, that's how those are going to work. So I will always be assigning these to you. You do not need to assign these. And then I will also be completing these. When you do complete them, I will come in here the next morning and select the check mark, meaning that you completed it. Again, that's not what you need to worry about. You just need to worry about getting your weight in here, getting your waist measurement in here. And then if you have photos, again, you come into the bubble, select on that, and you can upload photos. So in here, and then I will mark it complete. You don't need to worry about marking anything complete. I will take care of that after I review it. So that's how you're going to do your weight, as well as your waist and your photos. The macro breakdowns is very similar. You're responsible for coming in here, just manually typing in how many calories you had each day, how many grams of protein you had, how many grams of fat, and how many carbohydrates, and I'm just making these up. Following morning, I'll come in and say, yep, hit his goal. She did not hit her fats, and he did hit his carbs. And that's how I'll tally this, okay? So after you enter your numbers for the day here, what I'd like you to do is scroll down and come into a bubble, because what I'll be doing again here is at the end of every night, I'll be assigning this to you. So each day, the next day, I'll be assigning you the next day. So you make sure you enter these. Again, I will mark these complete after you have completed them. You don't need to worry about that. But in here, after you log your calories in the evening, you can come in and just write a comment. Strong day, hit my macros. Didn't feel hungry. So just, again, doesn't have to be long paragraphs. If you have questions, comments, concerns, or you want to explain to me why you didn't hit your macros, this is where you're going to want to do that, because this is what I'm going to be looking at the next morning when I come in to see why didn't you hit your macros, or what's going on. Again, especially early on, it's great for us to communicate here. All you would do is hit comment, and it comments right here. If I am not a follower, so the way this automatically, you get notified of this via email, is you can see the initials here. If I want to add you as a follower, I simply would just hit the plus arrow, type your name, and it'll come up, and I'll be able to add anybody as a follower. If you don't want to have me see every single comment, or I don't want you to see every single comment in here, what you can do is when you type your comment, if you do the @ symbol and then start typing the name, you can find the name. I'm going to be a follower because I want every notification. However, there may be times specifically for your macro goals where you're not a follower. I just maybe put the @ sign, type your name to make sure you get notification. But all you do is the @ symbol again, the name, find it, and then you just start typing your comment. And then I'll get notified of that. So those are the two ways. Again, you can add people as a follower here, or the @ symbol with the name, and that's how they get notified, and select comment. There's no save button, just hit comment. The other thing you can do, and I do use this feature, is giving a thumbs up. I may not have to say anything. There may not be anything more to say. It's simply me acknowledging that I saw your last comment or you saw my comment. But either one of us, you can come in here and select the thumbs up, and essentially you're just saying, yep, I saw it, I liked it, thanks. So it's got a little bit of a social media feel to it. Additionally, you can mark the thumbs up for the whole day, not just a comment. So sometimes I'll do that. You don't really need to worry about anything up here. That's all stuff I would take care of from a structure standpoint. And other than that, so I do expect to see this. If you want to get back without having to go back into this screen right here, again, just hit the hyperlink. It'll take you back to your days right here, as well as your comments here. So I'll be assigning you the task. I'll be assigning it to you, and I'll expect a comment, and I'll comment. And right in here is how we're going to communicate as to what's going on each and every day. Outside of that, again, we'll have our check-ins once a week. I do expect these to get logged. Please try to do these before you go to bed at night. At the absolute latest, the first thing the following morning, but I'd like you to get into a habit of doing it before you go to bed at night. So when I get up in the morning, it's all right here for me, and I can go through all my clients and see where everybody's at. Lastly, what I want to show you is when your week is over, I will do a recap of your week right here. I'll go into my project quick so you can see what that looks like. At the end of the week, I'm going to list out how many you got right so you can visually see, what you did. I'm going to also visually put in here, your weight gain or your weight loss for that week from the prior week, as well as your waist measurements. I have not taken waist measurements recently, so I don't have any listed here, but there will be a recap at the end of the week that I will put in here just so you know how your week went, and it can also just be a quick visual of what you're doing and how you're doing. That's really it for Asana. If you have questions, we'll go over those during the intro call. I look forward to getting this started with you. Thank you.